Welcome to the Indian Newslink podcast by Pranita Mahajan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indian Newslink podcast. I'm Pranita Mahajan, and in today's episode, I would love to talk about something very close to my heart. Let's dive into a discussion about the world through the lens of our young minds. In today's episode, I want to talk about the importance of valuing children's opinions. Now, have you ever noticed how sometimes adults tend to overlook what the children have to say? It can be at home, it can be in school, or even in our broader societal conversations. The children's voices, they often get sidelined. But what if I told you that children have valuable insights and amazing creative perspectives that could enrich even our understanding of the world around us? Now, let's start by acknowledging something very crucial. Children are not just the future, they're also the present. Their experiences, observations, thoughts are very valid and they deserve to be heard. Yet, all too often, the adults, they dismiss or underestimate the wisdom that comes from a youthful mind just because of their age, primarily. So why do you think it is essential for us adults to value the children's opinions? Well, for starters, it fosters a sense of belonging and empowerment in the children. When children think that their voices matter, they develop confidence, self-esteem. This in turn encourages them to express themselves more freely and actively engage with the world around them. It also encourages them to think out of the box, take initiative, and start discussions about anything that is relevant to their world or anything that might be bothering them, anything that might be of interest to them, or anything that they might be really passionate about. It can be issues like global warming, or it could be just their relationship with their peers and friends. Additionally, valuing the children's opinions provides empathy and understanding. The children see the world from their unique perspective, and if we listen to them without any bias or preconceptions that often cloud adult judgments, we can gain a very fresh insight and cultivate a deeper appreciation of their viewpoints. It might just be something that we have transitioned over or we have just overlooked, but when it comes from a young mind, the way they would express it, it can really put things in perspective even for us adults. So the next thing that comes to mind is, how can we adults ensure that we are truly valuing our children's opinions? Because I'm sure as parents we try our best to listen to them, to give them enough time. Well, it actually starts with active listening. So instead of simply nodding along or waiting for their turn to speak, adults should genuinely listen and hear what the children have to say. This means paying attention to their words, asking follow-up questions, showing genuine interest in whatever their thoughts or feelings are in that moment on that particular topic of discussion. Another crucial aspect is creating a strong and supportive environment where the children feel comfortable in expressing themselves and their thoughts. They should not feel like they're being judged. They should not feel that they cannot open up because it might not be taken seriously. So we as adults have this immense responsibility to make sure that the children feel comfortable and supported whenever they come and have a conversation with us. This, of course, involves fostering open communication, encouraging dialogue, respecting their autonomy. So when they want to take a decision which is about their studies or their sports, we should give them the leverage of making those decisions or having the conversation with us about what is their line of thought, why have they reached a certain conclusion, how their mind is processing the information that is given to them. Because when we do that, we give them a space which is comfortable for them to talk, a space which is safe enough for them to express themselves. And this goes a long way, because in their teenage years or even in their early adult years, they would desperately need that space where they can express themselves. And when the children know that their opinions and their dialogue will not be met with judgment or any kind of ridicule, they're more likely to open up and share those experiences, those perspectives, even those insecurities which might arise from time to time as they grow older and step out into the world. Finally, I think adults should actively seek out opportunities to involve their children in decision making processes, whether it's at home, again, in school, in community. We have to make sure that the children are provided with a seat at the table when discussions that affect them are taking place. By including them in these discussions, adults not only show that they value the child's opinion, but they also empower them to take an active role in shaping their own lives and taking responsibility, taking ownership of those decisions, which are very crucial again in the real world. And it would be a life skill that you would impart in the children in your family. So, in the end, I would just say that valuing the children's opinion is not just about being inclusive, it's about recognizing the inherent worth and dignity that every individual, regardless of their age, should get and definitely deserves. When we listen to what the children have to say, we're not only going to honor their humanity, but we will also provide them with a passage to a more compassionate and equitable society in the future. We would help them create a voice for themselves. We would help them in empowering them by having a place to say what really matters to them. And that in turn will give them the confidence to go out, face the world, and talk about things that they really want to talk about. So please remember, next time you find yourself in a conversation with a child, with a teenager, with a young mind, please take a moment to truly listen. And I can guarantee you will be surprised by what you will learn. So until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and please value the voices of our youngest citizens. Thank you so much for your time. We will be back soon with another podcast. But in the meantime, do send us your feedback, share your opinions on the matter. It'll be great to keep the conversation going. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Indian Newsling podcast by Pranita Mahajan.